So, going off my personal preferences and my experiences, I have not visited in autumn. I would love to, but I have not yet. I have visited a couple of times in winter, a couple of times in spring, and a couple of times in summer. In winter, it has this really nice festive feel to it, I feel personally, anyway. But, with it being winter, it is crisp, it is cold. I do have an experience where I remember being cold in a bubble jacket, in a hat, in gloves, in woolly socks. I remember the cold, and that was like over 20 years ago. um, but at the same time, just that festive atmosphere can take over, and especially like I feel that lights are quite nice to look at when it's winter because it gets dark earlier. So I feel like the light compared to how dull it is quite nice actually. In spring compared to saying about winter, it is lighter for longer, so you get to experience more throughout the day. But from experience, you can get too warm during the day. But for someone like myself with Raynaud's, that is not a bad thing. The same with summer. Um, Summer, again, for me, is lovely and warm, but for most people, it can probably get too hot, depending where you come from, obviously. But from my personal experience and who I visited with, it got too hot for other people. But yet again, like with the spring, it means that it's lighter for longer, so you get to experience more throughout your day. Going off my own experience and preference, again, there are hostels right through to luxurious places to stay with balconies and baths overlooking the Eiffel Tower, for example. I personally stay mid-range, budget to mid-range hotel, either a chain or the likes of, and I can honestly say from my own experience and my own preference and from memory, I have not spent more than £300 per person on combined hotel and flights. So for me, that's my average. So in Paris, I find the public transport is quite easy to use. So I would prefer that over a taxi any day. Um, Even just for the ease of getting around, let alone the price. Um, Free attractions. You can, if you're like an architecture fan, you can go around and see the outside of attractions without having to pay to go in, and that is great because most of the attractions in Paris, I feel, start with the architecture. The outside is part of the attraction, which, of course, to look at is free. Myself, I would always advise to find a lovely park in Paris, which is, of course, free to walk around. Um, my favorite parks, the likes of Parc de Butte Chaumont, where I took Kay to watch the sunrise one day, which is gorgeous in there with a couple of waterfalls, and it kind of overlooks a bit of Paris, and it's it has like a Jurassic Park feel. I don't know. It's fun. And then another park I would advise, these two being free, of course, being Champ de Mars, um, which is outside the Eiffel Tower, where you get those lovely cliche photos, sit down, have a picnic, take a photo of you in front of the Eiffel Tower, and having a picnic. You're outside the Eiffel Tower, you can see the Eiffel Tower, and that's all free if you don't want to go in it and pay. Some parks, great free attractions. Another way to save money is you can get a big ticket. I have personally never done this, but with big tickets, obviously, it's like a few attractions within this big ticket, and you save like discount on a few of these attractions and stuff. Or you could do a bus tour where you can like hop on, hop off at attractions. You can stay on the bus tour all the way around and not go into any of the attractions, but that also saves on transport. But you also get a tour out of it as well, which is pretty cool. And off the back of that, river cruises. I love a river cruise down the Seine, especially at sunset. Yeah, I'm a sucker. It's gorgeous to watch the sunset and look at the architecture and listen to some history going up and down the river. I find that gorgeous. I feel like that's a few things in one there as well. And another idea is you could find a free walking tour. I've not done one yet, but I do enjoy a walking tour. So to get from the airport, my normal airport being Charles de Gaulle, to my hotel and back, I usually use a company holiday taxis. I say usually, I always have, whether it's Paris, France, somewhere else abroad. And I have never had a problem with them. So I will continue to use them. So basically, if you're unaware, what you do is go online on holiday taxis and choose which kind of transport you want to take you to your hotel and back, whether that's a bus, a small taxi, a large taxi, a minivan, etc. Okay, so obviously there is a lot to do in Paris. So just to name a few, I'm putting Disneyland in there. It's not central Paris. Like places like Versailles, I would class as visiting when going to Paris, but still, Disneyland is also not central Paris, so I'm still putting it on the list though. It's Disneyland Paris. So Disneyland, I feel like it's a must do at least once. I've loved it every single time I've been. The atmosphere, the feel, just feeling like a child again. Yeah, I would advise Disneyland. Something that I haven't done, which I have mentioned that I want to do, is a walking tour. Whether that's one that I've made for myself, which I did for one. I did one for Chloe and I in Edinburgh. Really enjoyed that. That was really good. So I could do myself one in Paris, but I haven't been on one yet, and I haven't been on one that's already like set up either. And lastly, I would always advise a river cruise. I've done them in other places than just Paris, but as I have mentioned, watching the sunset going down the Seine is just so beautiful, so romantic, and I think that is one of, if not my favorite thing to do in Paris. So I am putting it way up there as a suggestion. So please thumbs up this video. I know it's a strange one for me. If you like it, I can do more in other cities. If this worked, please subscribe for more videos, probably on travel, that's my niche, and comment any other beautiful suggestions for visiting Paris. Thank you, bye bye.